Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy M.K.S here. Hope everyone's well. M.K.S back with another video. Sorry, I always get tea in my beard. Anyway, this morning an idea came to me. I think I've probably had this idea before, but it sort of came back to me. But I thought I'd cover this today for an empowerment plan for African Americans, especially for Black History Month, and also for the worldwide or global Black Diaspora. So anyway, I thought I'd talk about some of my plans or ideas. And I know yesterday I kind of covered more about Black women's empowerment, but today I thought I'd cover Black empowerment for both men and women. So and people of all ages, perhaps as well, including young people. So what can inspire them? Anyway, so here are a list of some of my ideas and areas in which I feel that the Black diaspora or community can be empowered. So I hope that you enjoy it and share it and like it and all that sort of thing, and minorities can work together. So here goes. So number one, I think it'd be great to see Black politicians generally working together and discussing what they want to stand for politically, and bringing the bridging the gap between the global Black diaspora, so they can come together, support each other all around the world, not just in America or Africa, but all around the world really. So they can sort of talk about ideas which they can work together on politically, which I hope to come to in these videos. And how by working together they can empower each other and strengthen each other and things like that. You probably can't see out the window there, but it doesn't look too bad. But when you look outside, it's really grey and cloudy out there, so it's a bit miserable today. But anyway, so that's one of the things I think they can work together on politically and like be politically empowered. Number two, I think in technology, I think that's, I know I often talk about it, but I think technology is a really key area, and it would be great to see both Black men and women and children and people of all ages, I think, working together on technology. And I think a lot of the young people who are making lots of money, the youngpreneurs, are people who like build apps, create apps, and they're making, obviously you got to get right, and I'm sure many people build apps and they don't do that well, but the people who are making so much money are working in technology and they're building apps. If you look at a lot of people who have made their fortune recently, like Mark Zuckerberg and people like that, they've made money through like things like software development and apps and creating things like Facebook or whatever. It'd be great if maybe Black people could create their own social media and work together on those sorts of ideas, as well as like just generally great things. I suppose one area nowadays, generally speaking, not just in terms of technology, but just generally, is like things like antibacterial things, or things that can protect people against germs or diseases or things like that. So I think it'd be great if Black people around the world work together in perhaps creating those sorts of things as well, which again, hope to come to in more details. Number three, on that note, it'd be great to encourage big tech companies and tech companies generally to look at training Black people of all ages, especially young people, but even older people, like offering them training and career opportunities. I'm not too sure if I agree with quotas and that sort of thing, because I think that the companies shouldn't be forced to do it. I think they should do it off their own back, but it'd be great if they could do it as part of their PR and be encouraged to do it. And there could be programs or projects working with NGOs which encourage tech to employ more Black people and train them as well. Not just employ them, but also train them so they can do those jobs well, and maybe even get tax exemptions for doing so. I think it'd be great for companies to get tax exemptions for employing and training as well more Black people of all ages. Number four, that could perhaps be encouraging other companies as well in other areas. Although, as I say, I don't think it should be enforced with the quotas or anything like that. I think it should be something that companies do because they want to do it, maybe for increased PR. There could be tax exemption. I think there is a cause or case for offering tax exemptions for employing and training up Black people, or vice versa, in whichever order you want to put it in. Maybe training them first and then employing them, I suppose, would be more logical. But I think there is a case for offering tax exemptions for doing so because of the historical oppression, slavery, loss of land, where people's land was taken away and wealth was taken out of Africa and things like that. So I think there is again, I hope to come to this in more detail, but I think there is a logical, in my opinion, argument for offering tax exemptions for employing, training up and employing more Black people around the world, including in Africa and America, and again, all over the world. Number five, I don't think, obviously, well, so obviously, I don't think that black people should play victims, so to speak, and I'm not saying they do, but the ones that might do, I think they should look at how, not just to be given like money for the sake of it, but that could be tied to historical things, events that happened, but also that money I think should be spent on training and empowering the community rather than, so you go from the victimhood mindset, so to speak, I suppose, towards a view of being empowered. Another area I think would be good to empower black people is like social media generally, including YouTube, black Twitter, black YouTube, and areas like that where they can work together and share ideas, which I know they already do, but that could be expanded upon with a goal to empower them in the long term and again help them to be victorious or believe in themselves as like strong enough to achieve great things and appreciate each other's successes and like celebrate each other's successes as well. Number 6, as I mentioned before, like as a big Italian football fan, I would love to. I know that Italian football can be really racist, but I would love to see improved relations, like where Italians learn about the best black players, including from Africa and nowadays even African Americans who have played in Italy, and maybe like have a connection like through football academies or soccer academies for any Americans, so that like they, as well as being in Africa, they could have like soccer academies in in America or the Americas even, especially in America itself, where it can be a mutually beneficial thing, like African Americans getting more into football and again soccer and benefiting from such, and Italians at the same time like training up and getting the best pick of those players, hopefully. So I hope that will also benefit Italian football. As I say, I'm a bit biased in that regard, but so hopefully that will improve relations. And if Italians also learn about the best players who have come from Africa and black communities around the world, at the moment there's Weston McKennie, if I pronounce his name right, who's African American, and there's also there was George Weah, who was really good. He was from Liberia, I believe. Samuel Eto'o from Cameroon, and many players like that. I can't think of too many off the top of my head, but I'm sure there were many. There are 1 or 2 others, but I can't remember their names. But anyway, yeah, so those type of players. And number 7, on that note, also, as I said before, like I'm a Celtic fan, so I'd love to hear about the best players from Black Diaspora and maybe African Americans. If there are, maybe again, Celtic could have special academies for African American soccer players. Again, I hope that will mutually benefit both the black community and Celtic FC, and in the future can pick the best of the African American players as well, or some of them at least, and yeah, hopefully develop that relationship and like do fundraising to build these academies. So I'd love to do that in the future as well, preferably ASAP. And also, yeah, some of the players like Victor Wanyama, who's from Kenya, who's played for Celtic, and I think it'd be great because Celtic do quite a lot of charity work in Africa, so I think it would be great if sort of they return the favour and like the best players, hopefully, will benefit Celtic in the long run. They'll be rewarded for their efforts. Number 8, I think it'd be great again for people of colour to support African Americans and build a connection, and non-white Anglo-Saxon Protestants, non-WASPs, because they were oppressed in America. So I think it'd be great for them to work together, and in February each year to from this year onwards, hopefully, to like Asian, mixed race, and Native Americans to support the African American communities, especially. Number 9, again, I'd love to support African American and generally black writers, poets, artists, and creatives, and architects, and all sorts of different people in different careers who have done well. And again, they can mentor, inspire the future generations. And number 10, I'd love for young black people to learn about politics, business, technology, and all sorts of things like that. So anyway, I hope this was at least fairly enjoyable, and please do share your ideas as ever, and I'm out. Peace and love.